Welcome back to the Ace Arcadia YouTube channel. Today we're going to go ahead and get into this movie pickups that I got for the month of June. Starting off with Duran Duran Live in 2001, A Diamond in the Mind. Next we got one with starring Rob Lowe, Patrick Swayze. This is from 1986. It's called Young Blood. Basically it's a movie about hockey players. And this is one I barely hear anybody talk about, but it's a classic. Next up, I got one here starring Bill Paxton and Matthew McConaughey. This is actually directed by Bill Paxton as well. This is a nice little suspenseful, twisted thriller, Frailty. Next up, I got another one here with Bill Paxton, Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer, Sam Elliott. It's a bunch of other people in here as well. This is Tombstone. Nice little Western. If you haven't seen it, it's worth checking out. Next up, I got one from way back. This has got a lot of people in it as well. You even got the Three Stooges, Mickey Rooney. I always like these little chase type of comedy movies like Cannonball Run. This one it's a mad world. What year is this from? Actually, this is 1970? Oh no, 1963. Yeah, 1963. Next up, I got a double comedy pack starring Rodney Dangerfield. And these two movies are Back to School and Easy Money. Easy Money I barely remember, but Back to School I definitely remember. But that's that. Next up is one from Christopher Nolan. This is Interstellar. I'm doing this while I'm sitting down. Let me adjust here. This is Interstellar. Got Matthew McConaughey in this one. Anne Hathaway and Michael Caine. This is a nice one. This one surprised me. This is probably one of my favorites by Christopher Nolan. Next up, got my favorite by Will Smith. This is based on a true story, starring his young son Jaden in here, Jaden Smith. This is The Pursuit of Happiness. This is a really good story. Good tearjerker. Good. Just all around good movie, good acting, everything. Next, we got The Nice Guys. This is a nice little comedy. I have not yet watched this yet. I got to be honest. I have not yet watched it, but I always heard good things. I saw the trailer. It was something that I was like, got to add that to my collection. Next up, from 1987, we got a live concert of Prince, Sign of the Times. R.I.P. Prince, my favorite musician. Next up, we got another one here with Russell Crowe and Christian Bale, Western, 310 to Yuma. Excuse me, 310 to Yuma. It's hot in here, so I'm trying to hurry up and get through this. Next up, we got a triple pack comedy with Ben Stiller and Robert De Niro. This is Meet the Parents, the whole Fokker collection. Got Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers, and Little Fockers. That's the one I haven't seen, was the last one, so this one I have to tear into that soon. Still in plastic. Next up, this is another one I've heard about, but I've only seen bits and pieces throughout the years and never watched it. I plan on doing that this month. This one here stars Lorenz Tate, Keith David, Chris Tucker, and this is Dead Presidents. What year was this? It doesn't say. No, it doesn't say. Don't want to. Anyway, Dead Presidents. I always hear good things about this one. Like I said, I've seen bits and pieces of it. Next up, this is a sequel to a movie that's still stuck on DVD, which is actually in my collection as well. This is another Stakeout with Richard Dreyfuss, Emilio Estevez, and Rosie O'Donnell in the sequel here. It's a good comedy. I still think I like the first one better. I have seen this one. Next up is a horror movie, a Shudder original. This is actually my horror movie of 2023, When Evil Lurks. It's very nice, very well done. Next up, another another how do you say it? Cop comedy with a duo cop comedy. The other guys, I have seen this one with Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg. You also got Samuel Jackson and The Rock at the beginning of it. This is funny. I've definitely seen this one. Next up, I have a 20th anniversary 4K version of this with Jared Leto, Jennifer Connelly, and Marlon Wayans. This is Requiem for a Dream, director's cut. Next up is a triple pack that I got, and I've only seen the first movie, and I was really surprised that it took me so long to watch that, and I liked it. So I had to pick up the triple pack off of Hamilton. This is Grease, Grease 2, and Grease Live. I have not seen these two, but the first one, yeah, classic. Music, dancing, everything, musical. Next up is a documentary about Nintendo, narrated by Sean Astin. You may know him from The Goonies and Lord of the Rings and some other things. It's a pretty good documentary. It's been a while since I've seen it, but once I saw it off of Hamilton, I was like, gotta get it. Next up, got a Roger Moore classic, Live and Let Die. James Bond 007. Next, we have Poker Face. This is got Russell Crowe, Liam Hemsworth, and RZA, and several other actors as well. I have not seen this or whatever, but I do play poker, blackjack. Just added to my collection. Next up is one I've seen a long time ago, about a boy who gets kidnapped by these people who it's based on a true story, I think. Yeah, this is a true story of a little boy lost and found. Yeah. Who was this guy? Corky Nemec. I think that's how you say his name. You may know him from Parker Lewis Can't Lose. But yeah, this story here this is another one that'll get you in the heart because it's based on a true story. I Know My First Name is Steven. This is classic. I had to add that one. Next up, another one of those comedies where they're chasing after money or something. From 1984. This stars Lou Gossett Jr., R.I.P. to him. Beverly D'Angelo, Michael O'Keefe, Ed Lauder. Yeah, this is Finders Keepers. Don't want to hold it up too much time. Next one here is a classic concert, Michael Jackson and from the Dangerous Tour. Next up is one that's hard to find, starring Rebecca Gayheart, Rose McGowan, Julie Benz, Carol Kane, and Pam Grier. This is Jawbreaker. Next up, another one hard to find, Bradbury's Something Wicked This Way Comes. This is from Disney. This is one, man, when did this one come out? This came out in, damn, I hate it when they don't put the year right where you need to see it. Anyway, this came out in the 80s. Damn, I want to say 84, yeah, because I don't see it. I'm pretty sure it's 84, but it's been a long time since I've seen this, and I forgot Disney even did it. I had to add that to my collection. Up next, got the 2-disc pack here from a movie of Jet Li's. Matter of fact, this is the first Jet Li movie I ever seen, was Black Mass. It's action pack, nice soundtrack as well. Next up, Got one with Patrick Swayze, Jennifer Grey, classic, Dirty Dancing, 35th anniversary edition, 4K. Next, we have a comedy here about a bunch of bad moms. Let's see, yeah, Mila Kunis, got Jada Pinkett Smith, got Christina Applegate. This is Bad Moms. Next, we got Game Night, starring Jason Bateman, Rachel McAdams. Comedy, I do not remember seeing, but I do plan on getting into this one. Because anything when Jason Bateman's doing comedy is always pretty hilarious. But he's a diverse actor, though. So that's that. Next up, we got one here, classic with Mel Gibson. This is a Ron Howard film. And basically, this is when a wealthy man world gets shattered when a gang ruthlessly abducts his young son. What would you do? This is Ransom. Classic. Next up, I got a 6 Blu-ray pack disc. 6 films, basically. This is the X-Men collection. You got X-Men, of course, X2, Men United, X-Men The Last Stand, X-Men First Class, X-Men Days of Future Past, and X-Men Apocalypse. The only thing that's missing from that is the next one, X-Men Dark Phoenix. Had to get all of those. Plus, I'm looking forward to watching Deadpool and Wolverine. It's coming out next, about a couple of weeks from now. Next up, I got 30 Days of Night, Dark Days. This is the sequel to 30 Days of Night. Next up, get that hair off of there. Next up, we got, like I said, this one has not received a Blu-ray yet. This is a classic, hilarious comedy. Stakeout, Richard Dreyfuss, Emilio Estevez. I think this came out in... Damn it, why is it... It's in the 80s. But I hate it when they do that. Just put the damn date on here. Anyway, I know it's from the 80s. My mind can't think right now. It's hot. Damn, AC is out. Gotta get it fixed. Still shooting this video. Anyway, next up is another one that's actually not on Blu-ray as well. And I know this came out in the 2000s here, which is a shame because it's actually a really good thriller suspense. This is called Radar. Basically, it says it right there. When someone hacks personal devices to stalk their victims, yeah, this one don't mess with your mind or whatever. It's pretty good. Next up is one I heard about, and I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and add that to my collection because it is from the writer of Bring It On. This is Stick It, and it's basically girl, it's gymnastics, although it says it's not called gymnastics, so nice ticks. So, yeah, it's like some mean girl gymnastic type stuff. I have not yet watched it or whatever, but I've seen trailers for it. So next up is another one here with Bill Paxton, Billy Bob Thornton, and Bridget Fonda. And this one, music done by Danny Elfman, Sam Raimi. That's what I saw. Sam Raimi actually directed this bad boy. It's definitely a thriller. Definitely one to check out. I have not dove into yet. If I have seen it, it was a long time ago. I can't remember it. But anyway, next up is one from Quentin Tarantino. I'm pretty sure everybody knows about this one. This is The Hateful Eight. It took me a minute to actually like this movie or even one in my collection, but it was like super cheap. I was like, you know what? I'm in a Western collecting mood. So far, I think I already showed like 4 Westerns. So next up is one that needs a Blu-ray as well. most of this guy's movies need Blu-rays, so he won't be forgotten. This is Prayer of the Roller Boys, starring Corey Haim and Patricia Arquette. It's got a nice little soundtrack too. Next up is one I have not dove into, but I hear is a really good like tearjerker. It's one that really makes you count your blessings of being alive and the life that you got. This is one with Michael Keaton and Nicole Kidman. This is My Life. Next up is one that's also not on Blu-ray or anything, but I heard about it. It was a nice little comedy. I did watch this one, so it's out of its plastic. It's got my girl Rosario Dawson, Jake Busey's in it. This is the first 20 million. And next up is a triple pack here. First time actually owning all three of these. First movie is Seven with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. The second one is Copycat with Sigourney Weaver, Holly Hunter. And the last one is with Angelina Jolie and Ethan Hawke, Taking Lives, the extended cut, which I've seen all of these. It's just had a triple pack, couldn't pass that up. Next up is let's see, make sure I got the right people here. Next up is a football movie. It's a classic. It's also not on Blu-ray. Starring James Caan, Halle Berry, Omar Epps, Christy Swanson. This is The Program. Make sure. Here's another classic that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, but starring Sinbad and the late great Phil Hartman. It's a classic comedy. House Guest. Next up, I already got this on DVD, but I just went ahead and got it on Blu-ray. Girls Trip, starring Queen Latifah, Regina Hall, Tiffany Haddish, and Jada Pinkett Smith. Sorry, I might have to stand up on this next one. Next one is American Graffiti. It's a classic. This is actually from the director George Lucas. This is 1973, if I'm correct. Yeah. This is got Ron Howard, but his name in this is Ronnie Howard. You got Richard Dreyfuss again. I got a lot of Richard Dreyfuss this month. Cindy Williams, Maxine Phillips. It's got a lot of people in here. Graffiti, American Graffiti, special edition. Next up is one I have not yet dove into, but it has Patricia Arquette, Beau Bridges, and Reese Witherspoon. This is called Wildflower. It's also directed by Diane Keaton. Let me stand up a little bit, because it's hot. Anyway, next up is one classic I haven't watched in a long time, but this is basically another good like father and son type movie. This is, let's see, from 1992. This is South Central. Next up is one hard to find, and I don't know, Spike Lee need to do something about this, but this is a double pack. This is The 25th Hour and He Got Game. Spike Lee classics. This one I barely ever hear anybody talk about. So, next up, we got some raunchy comedy. This one is from the Comedy Collection. This is a Roger Corman Comedy Collection. This one is called School Spirit. Next, we got another Western here. This is actually the remake or another version, another retelling of the Magnificent Seven with Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, and Ethan Hawke. Here's another Spike Lee classic movie that I barely hear about. It's actually pretty good from the trailer and everything that I've seen. War story about these soldiers going to town and some miraculous stuff happens. But Miracle at St. Anna. The Untold Story of Courage and Brotherhood. Next up, another Roger Corman comedy collection classic, raunchy comedy. So, Loose Screws, pick that up. Next up, I got one with Jake Gyllenhaal, and basically he is, let's see, driven man desperate for work who discovers a high-speed world of L.A. crime. Yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen this. Nightcrawler. Next up, regardless of the controversy with this man, I did grow up watching this show. Looking back at it, I know it's some things it's like, oh, make you look at some things differently, but I still was a staple, standard, classic family TV show in my household. And this is The Cosby Show complete series. All 202 episodes from 8 seasons, all 8. Next up, we got the man himself again, the director. This is the first, you know what, I ain't even gonna say that. I'll save it for another video. But this movie here is directed by Sam Raimi, The Evil Dead, 4K. It's first time owning this movie. I'm gonna do another video about that. But next up, I got a 4-pack here with Lou Gossett Jr. He's in 2 of these movies. The 4-pack has Carolina Skeletons, The Cops Are Robbers. We got Mike Hammer, Private Eye, and then On the Streets of L.A. That's a really good one. I've seen that a long time ago. Next up, if you're in the UK, you definitely know this one. These next 2. This is Ghostwatch. Had to pick it up. I kept hearing about it, so I was like, you know what? Let me snag that into my collection or whatever. It's actually pretty nice. It's got Charles Craig, I think that's his name. You know him from Red Dwarf, if you know that show. But yeah, it was actually nicely done. It's like, how do you say, like I wouldn't say found footage, but like supposed to be like a live TV broadcast of a haunting and everything. So Craig Charles, I'm sorry, name right there on the thing. Craig Charles from Red Dwarf. He makes an appearance as himself in the in this. Next is the last broadcast. Now this is like found footage. This came out in '98, so it was about the same time as the whole Blair Witch thing just was kicking off. So I don't know which one came first. This probably came first, but that is the last broadcast. It also reminds me of the new movie that just came out a little earlier this year. What is it called? I forget the name of it. I might have to edit that out. Whatever. It'll come back to me. Anyway, next up, got one here. I kept hearing about it. Got it for a really good deal. I really look forward to watching this. This is Midway, based on real events of the whole Pearl Harbor World War II thing. So, sorry, it's hot. I'm like trying to get through this. Anyway, next, a classic. This is probably the last time I'm gonna buy this movie now that it's on 4K. The artist himself, Prince in Purple Rain, classic, 1984. Just one of those movies I saw as a kid, and I was like, yo, this is awesome. That is Prince in Purple Rain. Here's another raunchy comedy from the 70s. I think this kind of kicked off the whole raunchy comedy stuff. This is Hots. Next up, Late Night with the Devil. That's what I was trying to say. The last broadcast remind me of Late Night with the Devil. That's it. Anyway, next. Season 1 of Wednesday on Blu-ray. Now, I'm not a big fan of slipcovers because getting stuff through Amazon, you already see like it's a tear right there. And that's from the packaging that they did. That's why I really like Hamilton book. I wish they had everything or whatever, because the way they package their stuff is the best. But yeah, this is a really good series with what's her name? Jenna Ortega, Tim Burton. It's classic. Hopefully they do a good job with that Beetlejuice 2 or Beetlejuice, whatever. Um, Next up is the Josephine Baker story. Lynn Whitfield. This is actually based on a true story. She did a great job playing her. Lynn Whitfield. She's really Whitfield. Lynn Whitfield. She's really good. Just finished watching the season finale of The Shy, season 6. I can't wait till season 7 because the way that ended, man. Next up, got the 4K of Sam Raimi's Evil Dead 2. Next up, another one that needs a Blu-ray, official Blu-ray here in America release. Another Jet Li classic, Kiss of the Dragon. Nothing but straight action in there. Got Bridget Fonda in there as well. Next up is one I may have only seen once, but I think I pretty much enjoyed it. So I saw it off of Hamilton, picked it up. This is Mom and Dad. Basically, it's these parents, something goes wrong in their brains and they're trying to kill their kids. So it's, I guess, dark comedy suspense to it. So anyway, next up is one with Dolph Lundgren and Louis Gossett Jr. And this is the cover up. It's a nice little buddy cop. That's the type. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Anyway, but no real comedy. It's action. So, and next up is another one with Dolph Lundgren and Lou Gossett Jr. This is a classic. Needs a Blu-ray as well. The Punisher. The first one here. Next up is probably my second favorite, because Temple of Doom holds the title for me. But this one here is a straight classic. Matter of fact, Temple of Doom and Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade probably switch places in my top favorite out of the franchise. This one's really good, from 1989 with Sean Connery, Harrison Ford. Next one is a suspense chilling thriller from 1999 starring Kevin Bacon. This is Stir of Echoes. Next, we have one that I always heard about, and I finally saw like last week, I think. This is like found footage. This is probably one of the best found footage suspense horror thrillers. This is the Poughkeepsie Tapes. This one will get you because the way things are done in there. Next, we have one from the late great Michael Jackson. This is Moonwalker. Next is one I have not seen this version of. I've seen the original, which I might end up picking that one up too. This has Jordan Sparks, Whitney Houston, Mike Epps, and this is Sparkle. It looks good. I might have to watch it probably later on this week. Yeah, but next, I also saw this one last week as well, and I was like, yo, I waited this long to finally watch this, and this is really good. This is Dream Girls. This was a really coming out introduction to Jennifer Hudson. She did a great job in this. Matter of fact, everybody did a great job, but for her to be like the least known person and just shine like she did, this is really good. I would say musical drama, but you got Eddie Murphy. He's always pretty much great in anything he does. Jamie Foxx as well. Beyonce Knowles. This is really worth watching. Just next, we got Samuel L. Jackson and the late great Bernie Mac and Soul Men. Also got some good music numbers in there as well. It's like if you like Blues Brothers, you you'll like this one. This has some heart in it too. So next, I picked this up because it was on a really good sale. I'm a big fan of the first one. This one is okay. I'm gonna give it a rewatch. But this is Return of the Living Dead Part 2. Next, we got classic from 1985. I used to see this all the time on TV. The price dropped down really good, so I picked it up. I always be waiting for them price drops off of Amazon. This is The Heavenly Kid on Blu-ray. Next is the third in the trilogy. Sam Raimi once again. Army of Darkness. Oh, wait a minute. Is that really Sam Raimi? Let's see. Sam Raimi and Ivan Raimi. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Army of Darkness of the Evil Dead series. Next is the original movies. Let's see. I'll name them off before I show it. The Magnificent Seven. Return of the Magnificent Seven, Guns of the Magnificent Seven, and the Magnificent Seven Ride. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Starting from 1960 to 1966 to 1969 to 1972. This is the Magnificent Seven collection. Next up, I found a great deal on this. It is an English dub, but let's skip that out. This is an English dub, but it's Spanish wording, I should say. But this is a triple pack, class of 1984, class of 1999, and class of 1999 part 2. I just recently watched this. I was like, yo, it was good. The special effects is a little outdated, but man, it was enjoyable. I'll say that. I need to check out the second one. The only gripe that I have with this, I don't care that it's got the Spanish writing and everything. That's fine. But these two are on Blu-ray, but this one is only on DVD. But that's the only little gripe I got with that. And the last movie I got for June is something from the 1970s, 1972 to be exact. Basically, this is a remake of The Asphalt Jungle. And this is about basically a hustler. Got to make that money, got to take from the man, you know what I'm saying? Cool Breeze. 1972. All right, so that's the video. I thank y'all for watching, listening to this, whatever it is. I really appreciate it. That is it for the month of June. My July pickups probably won't be as massive and as long. Getting ready to chill out on the collection, especially when August, September, the rest of the year comes. So. Other than that, I got some other things I got to put together. About to get back on these video games, about to get on this music. This desk that I'm filming this on is really where I have my DJ stuff set up, but I had to move it out the way so I could film this here. And other than that, that is it. Thanks for watching. Once again, this is Ace Arcadia. I'm out.